Hello and welcome to NICE Podcast. We are broadcasting live from WTC KL on the NICE 2025. This is the definitive platform for turning R&D into market success. And we are here to cover the key dialogue shaping your future. I'm Aziz, your host. With me, have Abdul, Aziz, CEO of Ilham Capital, that we're going to talk about funding the future with strategic R&D financing for the high impact innovation and mission oriented economy. So, are we ready to dive into the topic itself?
Yes, we are. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Saudara Azim. Appreciate it.
Okay, so, previously during your session earlier, that based on the topic itself, you have panel sessions, right?
Yes.
And then I think we want to deep dive a little bit further in terms of strategic funding. So I think there is some certain things that could not be covered during the session. So one of it is actually Malaysia as the ASEAN chairman right now.
Yeah, that's right.
So what do you think, your perspective, right? How Malaysian can adopt or progress or helps entrepreneurs or researchers to enhance further?
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you, Saudara Azim. So where the panel left off, and I want to echo the things that my fellow panelists said, in particular Haji Azani of MTDC, what he said, more from the funding perspective, there needs to be a mobilization of an ASEAN-centric fund to support the high-value investments. At the same time, he also articulated about coming to a common ground on the regulation. So I just want to echo those things and maybe pivot to a different angle. Because when it comes to investment, funding is one thing. But funding allows the entrepreneur to raise the money and then to mobilize the resources to make something happen. The issue always is, once he makes up something, who's going to take it out? Who's going to buy it? Who's going to use it? Who's going to pay for it? So it comes down to offtake procurement. Sometimes it's the missing piece for a lot of startups, right? Especially when it comes to very risky, high-value investment. So this is where I believe the government can play a part. So in the context of Malaysia, as a chair of ASEAN, that's an amazing opportunity because we are seeing a world in progressive motion. The last time the world leaders in economy are the US, the China. China is a newcomer, but you see Germany, you see Japan. But suddenly India has overtaken Japan. Today the top 4 economies include India. Japan has slipped out because India is growing. Now, where does those numbers, how do those numbers rank vis-a-vis ASEAN? In fact, ASEAN economy, if you look at the numbers, we are even bigger than India. So what does that mean? That means ASEAN as a market offers a big opportunity for our entrepreneurs. So as a chair of Malaysia, as ASEAN, what Malaysia can advocate, essentially to spur the innovation, is to put forth a policy of ASEAN first. What does that mean? That means a lot of things that innovators produce in ASEAN, be it in Malaysia, be it Indonesia, the countries of ASEAN must first ask, can I use it? Before I go and buy stuff from China, or in this case from India, or from the US, or from anywhere, from Japan, or from Korea, we ask ourselves, can I source the same thing from ASEAN? For example, Malaysia is a leader in semiconductor sector. In fact, we even have companies that are doing IC design and so forth. So should there be a requirement for semiconductor as opposed to working with beyond ASEAN? So the countries of ASEAN can look at Malaysia. So the same goes for agriculture, right? Thailand and Vietnam are leaders in agriculture. So they can be proponent of agri-tech for ASEAN. So basically, ASEAN first.
ASEAN first. Yeah.
ASEAN offers such a big economy, and that offtake, that ASEAN first procurement policy, might just be the differentiator to nurture the investment to spur all this high innovation.
Understood. So, for example, when we put ASEAN first, do we always focus on, say, ASEAN first or the local country first? So, for example, put it this way, localization of procurement of product.
Sure.
Because that could, take off some tax.
Right.
You could regain some tax. So, which perspective is best approach?
Yeah.
In I think like a very early stage of research.
I mean, so this also came up. In fact, I advocated this. For us as a country, we need to be having sovereignty on a lot of things. Food, energy, data, and many other things. So your question is pertinent. Ultimately, every country wants to be independent. They don't want to be dependent on others. But there's only so many things a country can do. So yes, the country must rely on its internal resources to produce its requirements first. But then each country has been applying tariff for other countries when it comes to import. So this is where there has to be certain preferences given for ASEAN, especially in the areas of high innovation, because we want to promote the innovation growth within ASEAN and the ecosystem. That means even Cradle today is looking to host the ASEAN Summit to promote ASEAN startups. So the path to innovation creation cannot be on a country basis. We have to leverage on our resources as a region. We are 700 million people strong. That puts us as one of the largest population bloc in the world, maybe third after China, India. In terms of economy, we're even bigger than India. Sorry. We're even bigger than India. So that offers in terms of supply and also demand.
Yeah. So if we go back again to the topic just now, we're talking about strategic research fund.
Sure.
Fund for research.
Yeah.
In your context, what do you exactly mean by your, based on your perspective, what does it mean by strategy? I mean, like,
yeah. So that's another good question, Azim, because I think what happens is a lot of people throw in big words, strategy and stuff. But sometimes we have to decouple it and put it in the very basic components. So when I think about strategy or something being strategic, it must achieve multiple bottom lines. The first bottom line, of course, as an investor, I'm a guardian of other people's money. So ada amanah untuk menjaga duit. So I have to safeguard the investment to ensure all those investments will produce good return. I have to give the money back. So the first bottom line is P&L or returns. But at the same time, there are other bottom lines that I want to look at. What does this investment do for the society, for the economy, for the country? So when it comes to semiconductor, our sector are very much stuck at the back-end assembly testing. There isn't enough value creation on the front end when it comes to design and other front-end activities. So if I can mobilize the money to the front end to support a lot of these investing companies in that space, and at the same time safeguard my return, then I delivered another bottom line for the country, because I've just delivered an investment that will promote a company that is climbing up the innovation cycle to put Malaysia at the forefront of design, creating IPs that will support future innovation based on the IPs that have been made. So
I mean like when you mentioned about like because I was thinking about like when you have a startup, so when you have company establishment, definitely there's a due diligence that you need to do. Then you'll be able to, after you do the due diligence, then you'll be able to understand what they do, and you can, some sort of like gauge how much you can spend or to invest.
Yes.
So, but if we go back again one step back on if they have a research, right? Just research. What is because I'm curious, like what is the method or to audience out there? I mean,
Yeah.
Maybe you could share just a little.
Yeah. Sure.
What is the method or what kind of things that you consider?
Right.
On?
So when it comes to investment, I think the audience that must realize different capital providers have different risk tolerance. So in an investment stage, we can segment it into very, very early stage, growth stage, and maybe a going concern stage where they are more mature. So different capital providers will be attracted, will be as part of their mandate, have tolerance for different risks. So some investors maybe can only do the mature ones. They are very safe, paying dividends. For example, investing in Tenaga Nasional, investing in Telecom Malaysia, investing in the GLCs, stable, pay dividend, right? Something like Ilham, we are looking at growth opportunities where it is a startup, but it's a startup that has produced track record in revenue and that has maybe path to profitability, or if not profit already, looking for growth capital to do 2.0 innovation, 3.0 innovation with a potential exit. So this is where we are attracted to. But there are others like Cradle, they are more developmental. So they might be incentivized and in their mandate to nurture the early stage. So maybe those guys with an idea on a paper, I have researched this, I know this will work, trust me, give me the money, right? Okay. Now, how would someone like Cradle look at it? Because there's nothing there other than the research. Sometimes even the investors may not understand the research, right? Because it could be too technical. In fact, it was brought up in the panel where even Cradle acknowledged that they are generalists. They cannot be expert in every industry. And it's not cost-wise or not cost realistic to have subject matter expert in every industry too. So what they will be looking at is like very, I suppose, quite guided parameters.
So there is a framework behind it.
Yes. So one of it, so I give you an example. If I were to look at it, I will look at, is what you're doing, is it sunrise or sunset? That means, are you just a me too? For example, there was a .com euphoria, and everybody did a .com. Everything's a .com, right? Then there's a marketplace euphoria. Everybody wants to become a Grab. Grab this, grab this, grab this. Super app, right? Now, everybody wants to be an AI. Every other little word is AI, right? So someone like Cradle needs to be ascertained. Is he trying to follow a trend, or is he creating something new? That's one. So that's more subjective, right? That's more assessing. Number two, what I would ask is, how big is the market? Contoh, let's say somebody create a vaccine, right? Create a vaccine, and it's a vaccine for pet. Okay, but maybe the pet is a lizard. Then we have to ask, how many people in Malaysia, maybe sekitar Malaysia lah, yang beli lizard as a pet? And then we look at ASEAN and look at global. Is it a big market? Well, someone who creates a vaccine for cats or dog, okay lah. Then it looks more realistic. The addressable market size is big enough. So this vaccine, if it's successful, so addressable market size, investment thesis, and then track record of the entrepreneur. So we look at the track record, quite important, even in the growth stage. Maybe less so in the mature, because CEO, TNB, it comes and goes, they are on contract, right? But who drives startups, more often than not, is the same guy, right? He has to be there. Like who's driving Grab, there's the guy. Who's driving this, there's that guy, right? So for those early stage, we are very dependent on the founder and the team. So we have to ask ourselves, do they have track record in driving this? Or have they shown tenacity to solve problems?
Like again, it relies on the person itself, or it relies on a collective of people?
See, that's a very good question, because it's going to be a mixed answer from me. You have to look at the owner, the founder, because then he attracts the right people.
Yes.
But he needs a team. He can't do it alone.
Yeah.
Right? So to be fair, it's a combination. But they have to have chemistry of working together. That's why founders, when he puts a team together, is a lot about who he finds comfortable to be working with. That could be roommates in the college, could be colleagues in the office, could be best friends since they were in primary school. So there is that chemistry. So those could be the criteria to evaluate those kind of opportunities very early stage. Nothing about numbers, right? Except for the addressable market side, but that's external, not internal. Yeah.
I think we had to stop over there because
Sure.
time is onto us right now.
Okay.
We had a truly insightful conversation today.
Thank you, Azim.
Of course, thank you for your time here being with us.
Thank you.
With that, I think we're gonna close the session. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.